Growing up as a little girl, the only thing I desired was my father's love. I desired protection, to be protected by the man that I looked up to, my hero, my guardian, my protector. I was never protected by my father. And that's why I made the choices in my life that I did. And I'm gonna take you on an adventure to show you how all these patterns align and how we're gonna change the situation up, and we're not gonna make these same patterns happen going forward. So, growing up as a little girl, the only thing we love to do is get our daddy's attention. We always want to be our daddy's favorite girl or daddy's favorite princesses. All girls want to be daddy's little girls. And I thought that I had the most amazing dad. I mean, yeah, I didn't really see him often, even though he lived downstairs. But as a child, I didn't really think too much of it. I just thought maybe my daddy was busy. When we moved into our first home, my grandmother bought him a house in Scarborough, and we moved in together. It was my father, me, and my younger brother, and I was so freaking excited. Like, oh my gosh. And then I got to wear pants because, living with my grandma, you can't wear pants because they live in a really, really strict Christian household, right? So I was freaking excited, and I got to wear hair extensions. I got to do my hair in single braids, and I never got to get my hair in extensions because my grandmother didn't believe in those things, right? So I was like 100% natural, and I always wore like long skirts and dresses to school. I wasn't even allowed to wear like snow pants, right? Not even snow pants. So I was freaking excited. I was like, yes, we're leaving. We don't have to go to church every day now. I mean, I loved going to church, but man, like we went to church like so often, and then when we weren't going to church, people were coming over to our house for prayer meeting, right? So I was so freaking excited. I was stoked. So we moved to Scarborough, and I was so freaking happy. Like, we would sit in the living room together and watch the Family Channel. We'd watch That's So Raven. We'd watch Life with Derek. Oh my gosh, like The Proud Family. We'd have so much fun together watching TV, right? And I remember, and I was 11 at this time. I was 11, like, and I remember he was dating some girls in Jamaica. But as a child, we don't really think too much into it. We don't really look too much into these things. We're just happy being in our own environment, I was happy being with my dad, right? I wanted to be his favorite girl. So, I was washing dishes after dinner. I wanted to see if my daddy needed help with his laundry. I wanted to see what he needed help with. I was trying to do the chores, trying to do whatever I could do to, make my dad happy, to make him happy, make him like me. And I learned very fast how to make myself small. All of that trying to make him happy. The only thing I learned was how to make myself smaller, because I noticed the more I would like push to do things for him, it was the more like aggravated he would get. So I started stepping back because I was like, okay. And then I noticed that just by me being in his sight, I think that's what it was. I think it's like if he seen me, he felt like his energy would just shift. So I decided to stay in my room, right? That's when I started to go to my room, and I tried to just stay out of his way because, it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't have to worry about upsetting him with my face, right? So I would now come to my relationship with men. I noticed that what I would do is try to make myself smaller so the men would feel grandiose. Like, you try to boost them up even though they're not all that in a bag of chips. You try to boost them up, make them feel like they're big daddy, like, oh yeah, you're doing such an amazing job, I love everything you do. When in reality, it's like not that. Like, I feel like most of the time women, we be gassing these niggas up and they don't even deserve to be gassed up at all. Like, we always make them feel so amazing, like, oh, you're so amazing at what you do and this and that, and they're not even doing anything in the first place. Like, I would like going forward for us women to just stop that. Like, when he sucks, just be like, you suck, like, if he can't cook, just be like, bro, like, what is that, like, too much niceness in the world. Like, ugh. So yeah, I would try to like not push up on them, you know, when I would try to give them their distance, because I was thinking like maybe it's too annoying to have a girl that's constantly wanting to see you or spend time with you, you know what I mean? So I would try to pull myself back. I noticed myself withdrawing from conflict. That was just like my thing. That was my personality, was to withdraw myself, right? Withdraw from all things that I perceived as a conflict. And then it's like, do you notice the men that I would attract or I would be attracted to were the same unavailable men, just like my father. The same thing. It's like the same spirit in a different vessel, right? Like, the same way he would bark after his woman like they were less than him, like like they're his dogs. It's the same way that my partners would treat me too. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's like I literally sat and watched life replay itself from what I observed as a child with my father and my mother. And I literally sat back and observed it happen again in my life with me. Literally observed the same shit, the same pattern of men being broke losers and making their girlfriends pay for everything. That's the same person. My mom said she did the exact same thing for my father, which is so ironic because he was here acting like, oh, she's an immigrant, I'm not gonna help her with her papers, when I mean, like, she bought her own wedding ring, for Christ's sakes. Like, how useless are you? But that was the same kind of men I was dating. Yeah. Unfortunately, it was having a conversation with her one day when I was telling her about how my loser partner couldn't even get me $100 ring. And I mean, it didn't even have to be $100. Like, honey, if you could find a $20 ring, it could be anything. You could have even, you know what? It's the thought that counts. Like, if he wanted to make a ring out of string, he could have. But not even, right? So I was talking to her about how I was saving up my money to buy my own ring, and she was telling me that she did the exact same thing for my father. And I was like, how very interesting. So it's like we both have a habit of picking up losers, giving them the benefit of the doubt. Because my mom is so beautiful, like super, super beautiful. And then like my father, I mean, like, if you've seen him, you know what I mean. And if you ask him, he has so much things to say about the way she looks, but everyone on the outside is just staring in that, looking at the picture like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, he's the biggest man whore around. Biggest. Can't help it. He's just a disgusting scum of the earth, unfortunately. But you know, I feel like you can go into the mind of a narcissistic scumbag and I could like really, really tell you like how they justify the sick shit in their head. like if I really sit down, I can tell you, right? Because in my dad's head, it's because he literally told me how his mindset works, you know? When I was in the shelter and I was 16 and I called him because the government was giving him what's it called? Baby bonus or whatever for me, but I was living in the shelter. So the shelter people were like, you have to call your father and get that, because I mean, like, it's not our job to take care of you. You are a minor, right? Even though I had a baby, I was still a minor. So they made me contact him about it, and he told me he has a bill. He said he has bills to pay. He can't be worried about what me and my baby has going on in the shelter, right? They justify it. Well, he has to survive too. The other day, I called well, not the other day, now, it was like months ago, but whatever. There was a situation, right, where my children's father is living with my father, and he's like a super deadbeat, like a mega one, right? And my dad's like condoning this shit. So I called my dad and I'm like, hey buddy, hey, I haven't received any child support for your grandkids. What's going on with that? And he, this is a true story, this man had the audacity to tell me with his actual voice, in words, he said that the young man is struggling financially, and so he had to buy him a car, and he's helping him to pay off the car payments because he's struggling and having such a hard time. He's having a hard time. He's having a hard time.